Don't cry cause it ain't gon' rain every day. Don't despair cause it ain't your way. Keep it real, make the best out of any situation that you come across. Some lose, some lost, I'ma shake it off and get back to what I'm really about. Give the crowd something to feel. Tell me why you scream and shout. Tipping on another subject, not playing this clap, and that's real feel.
I just have to ask this question because we have other listeners, not just all of our listeners are married. So what about like if this has occurred before they've gotten married, or they're dating, or like there's some infidelity, or there's like some trust issues? Like how can they go about it in that route? Because they don't have to be together because they don't have an allegiance to each other. They did stand before God and all their family and their church and everybody to say, I do. So what do you think in that situation?
I go back to some famous words from my grandmother. When someone shows you your true colors, believe them.
Like Maya Angelou said it too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Believe them. I'm not going to say once a cheater, always a cheater, but sometimes people go through these little phases in their life where they're not the best at being faithful. I think, too, that some people fall in love with potential. And so, again, that's a bad business move. I mean, if you look at stocks, you're like, oh, that could be a good stock. I'm not really sure. You don't put all your eggs in that stock. You say, I might give a little bit of that stock and see if it grows, but I'm not going to put my whole 401k and my savings into it. Mm-hmm. And so it depends, for me, in my opinion, if someone keeps doing the same thing over and over again, and the big trigger for me is the gaslighting. If they're doing it and trying to make you believe that they're not doing it, or that didn't happen, that's a personality disorder. Leave that alone. Don't go back. You can't fix that. Don't go back to that. That need professional help. But if someone keeps doing it over and over again, they're showing you a piece of them that hadn't really matured yet. And if you are already there, maybe that's not worth your investment at that time. Everybody makes mistakes. So I'm not going to say if it happens once, that it couldn't genuinely be a mistake, and people, in my opinion, deserve forgiveness and grace. We were given it. You are allowed to give it again, but you also have to have boundaries. Don't allow someone to mistreat you and abuse you. There's a difference. Yeah. Making a mistake and abusing your trust and your loyalty is totally different from making a mistake. And so I think it goes right back to self-reflection. Like, you have to look at the relationship in its totality. Say, have we been here before? Does this look familiar? Yes, it does. So stop. Exit stage left. Don't do this anymore.
Well, I mean, thank you for. I just think sometimes you just need to hear it. You need to talk through it, because love can be blinding. I know that's a cliche, but love can be blinding, and people can't see sometimes through all of, I want to be with that person. So it's just good to use common sense. And like you said, once they've shown you over and over, a mistake one time, that's one thing, but over and over again, it's important just to reflect and see, this is not for me. This is not what I want. Because you don't want to get in a marriage like that, because then, you're gonna have to try some other things like once you get married. So if you are courting, dating, and things aren't right, let it go.
Well, and I think clear expectations. I think when we're young and we're dating, it's kind of like we're teenagers and we're flirting with authority and expectations. How much are you gonna allow me to do, right? And that's what fresh new relationships do. They kind of play with that. Oh, they don't care if my phone goes off at 2:00 in the morning, so I'm not going to say anything about it. But if you state clear expectations, this is what I expect. This is what I'm not going to allow to come in. You're going to weed those people out, because the people who don't want to abide by your expectations and your boundaries, they're going to find their way out. But again, it goes right back to the person. You have to be good with self and have clear, consistent expectations and boundaries across the board with friends, with your job, and in your intimate relationships. Because I guarantee you, if you allow a boyfriend, a girlfriend to mistreat you, your friends have probably taken advantage of you as well. Your family has probably keyed in on this weakness as well and taken advantage of you in those places. And so you're going to see a pattern, a trend here of maybe not putting yourself forward and having the best expectations and boundaries for yourself, which you're going to see in other places.